Hello. I've decided to go really low because this machine is quite high. So we call this the Hydrovac Extreme. We're going to be opening this machine. We do have a video of this machine already, but it's a video where we are actually doing the demonstration. If you wish to see this video, go on YouTube, type in Hydrovac Extreme 2. In that way, you will be seeing the differences on how to operate this machine. But this is just to take you from the trolley to the floor. That's all I'm doing here today. I'm just only here to take you from the trolley to the floor at home. Now, this machine is the reason why most people will say they are looking for a wet and dry vacuum cleaner. Most people don't understand the differences. Maybe one day we're going to talk about those, on what is the difference between a wet and dry vacuum cleaner and a machine that can wash. Most people will go and buy a wet and dry vacuum cleaner thinking that it's going to wash. Okay, get ready. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. I do clean that up, by the way. Promise I do. Okay. Most people go to stores thinking they're gonna be buying, just if they go and ask salespeople to say, I'm looking for a wet and dry vacuum cleaner. They think if a salesman shows them a regular wet and dry vacuum cleaner that will cost even under 1,000 Rand or just a little bit over 1,000 Rand, under 2,000 Rand, they think it's gonna do the trick. I'm here to break the news to you today. It's not going to do the trick. That's not how it works. So, because it's quite a big box and I'm quite short, I'm going to put it here and I'm going to unpack straight here. Okay, so let's start with this. We have what we call multi-surface tool. Why is it called multi-surface tool? Because it can work on multiple surfaces. They're described in two ways. It's either hard floors or carpets. When it's plain like so, it's going into carpet. You've got one lever here. When you press this lever, it activates these brushes. You are now going into hard floors, tiles, laminated floors, wooden floors, ceramic floors, you name it. When you go back to carpet, you want these brushes off when you're going to carpet. Why? Because you want the machine directly having a direct contact with the carpet to extract dust from the base of the carpet to suck it from there. Okay, so that's your multi-surface tool. Two, we have what we call a turbo brush. Why is it called a turbo brush? Because the word turbo is associated with speed. So this is a speed spinning brush. What does it do? It turns, when you switch the machine on, it turns and it goes into this motorized unit in a turbo. And what it does is it beats and it separates the piles or the fibers of your carpet because it wants to clean. The same system that this is using is the same system we use when we're in the shower. You put shampoo, you don't go and massage your head, you trick your fingers and you dig in and you scrub and you are actually scrubbing. This is exactly the same system this brush is using, the turbo brush. Okay, let's bring these brushes here. And then we have what we call, let's bring this here. We have what we call this is an extracting attachment. Let me just see if I get the name right here. That's one nice thing about these machines is every name that you're looking for is right here. Okay, that's number 3. Yeah, it's a large extracting tool. So that's that there. Now the large extracting tool has a squeegee that you can actually slide off and slide on. So it's attached here. It's very simple to use. You just slide it. You can only slide it from one side. You can only slide it from one side. So it's got a closed-ended side and it's got an open-ended side. Same here. On your extracting tool, you've got a closed-ended side and you've got an open-ended side. And all you do is you just slide it in. And you just push it all the way. And then taking it out, you can do like that. Or you can just unclip here. Because this comes off and it just falls off completely. This large extraction tool is good because it opens up like this. Because you are going to be vacuuming and you are going to be removing all those stains with some pet hair and all that sticky thing that you might see that might get stuck here and build up. So it opens up so that it's easier for you to clean. To put it back, you just hook it and back there. So let's now remember this, you're going to use it on hard floors. Should you be vacuuming or washing your hard floors, you will use it like this. When you're washing your carpet, you don't use this. You just use it bare as it is like this. When you're washing your floors, your hard floors, your tiles, your wooden floors, then you can attach this. Okay, so for now, we're just gonna have it attached right here. And then we have the crevice tool for going into the hard to reach areas, all those tight corners. We will have it there. And then we have the small extraction tool. This is the one you will use for your car seats. This is the one you're going to use for your curtains. As your curtains are hanging there, you're going to be using this one. Very lovely. This is the small extraction tool. Okay. And I will explain everything just now. Then we've got the diffuser. This is the foam blocker. Should you be vacuuming things that will be foamy, especially when you're washing, is to just limit the foam. Okay, we're gonna put this here. And then you've got your perfume. The perfume, we will explain as well where it goes. The perfume is very neutral. So I'm gonna put the perfume in the center. Okay. When you buy this, you get a free bottle of detergents. How much to use on your water? You just use like half a cap of this one. On the replacement cap bottles that you might buy, you only use a quarter, but on this one you just use half a cap. You use your cap as a measurement. So this also goes here, and this also, this is the solution pipe. It goes from the bottom tank to the top tank, so it belongs this side. So you will notice already, as the way I'm placing these tools, I'm already placing them in a way that they define what is for what. So not all the tools can be used, universally. These are what you're going to use for your day-to-day vacuuming, and these are what you're going to use for your washing vacuuming. Now, when I say day-to-day vacuuming, I'm talking about whether it's just normal vacuuming or wet and dry vacuuming. Wet and dry is different from washing. This is specifically for washing. Now, this is quite neutral, the pipe. The pipe is neutral. You will use it with everything. Hey, Mr. Pipe. Okay. Same as this. It's also very neutral. There's two of them. Now, what I like about this is you've got two that you will have to join. So we're going to join these two. One of them, of these two, has a built-in non-scratch brush. So one of them, which is the one ideally you want to keep on the bottom, has a built-in non-scratch brush, which is built in here. You just flip it like so, and then if you're vacuuming just on your wet and dry vacuuming or your day-to-day vacuuming, could be your countertops, your bookshelf, could be your couches as well, or even your car seat, your dashboard, your air vents, you will use this. Okay, these are interlocking. They're also very neutral. So we're just going to place them this side. Now, let's get the big dog. The Hydrovac Extreme 2. Okay. It's got wheels, might run off. Now, firstly, one thing you need is it's got a European plug, this kind of plug. So you will need an adapter. But what I like about this, just as you find it that it's got this plug already, it gives me an assurance that it's because this is a European plug. It's made in Europe. That is why you will see here. Let's see. Let us see, let us see, let us see, let us see. If we find it, did I forget it? But this machine is made in Europe. If I can't find it now, I will find it. Powerful carpet. Okay, I will find it. If I cannot find it, I'm gonna call them and ask them. So this machine is made in Europe. It's one of those things that you can use as an assurance that it's made in Europe, as it's already coming with a European plug. Where is this? Sorry, I'm wasting your time. Am I turning into a grandpa or something? Okay, we'll come back to it when we can find it. Else I'm gonna have to take a picture and post it with this. No, it's got to be somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. Got to be somewhere. Extraction. Did they remove it? Okay, we'll come back to it later. Okay, powerful machine, 1,800 watts. I'm not just cramming it, it's written here 1800 watts. It's got a silver sticker here that tells you. So it's got a very nice powerful motor. Suction power, according to this, it's 22 kPa, 22 kilopascals, which is a very nice extraction. Now, looking at this machine, you got these clips. In fact, hey, when things are fresh, there we go. Okay, maybe my table is a bit crowded now. Maybe let's move things a bit aside to create space. I'll move things a bit aside to create more space so that everyone can see this. When I need them, I'm gonna bring them back, okay? So, this is what I have. This is my head unit. Now this filter has 5 filtration stages. So this is one of them. So we're gonna go through them one by one. Where is these 5 filters that this machine have? And you don't need to clean all of them. Inside here, you've got this float. What you see, this float here. This float is used as if you're vacuuming water and the water is too much in the tank, it's gonna float up and it's going to block the machine from the water going into the motor. So it's a very good thing. And above this float, you've got a sponge filter here, which is what we call a foam filter. You've got a second foam filter that goes in here, so that's already 2 filters. And remember, we are still looking for more. We are looking for 6 filters. So you've got 2 filters right there. You also have right here at the back, you've got another foam filter, which is located right here. On this filter, this is where you're going to take your perfume, put few drops of this perfume into the machine. So all you do is 1, 2, about 2 drops. That's all you need. You put the filter back in here. The minute you switch on, it smells nice already. The minute you switch on the machine, it is going to be distributing this nice smelling fragrance in your house. So that was the 3rd filter. You've got filter number 4, filter number 5. Okay, and then this is where all your dirty water will go into when you're vacuuming. And if you're just doing a day-to-day vacuuming, meaning you just want to use it as a water filtration, you will have this, and it's got a water level mark here, right here on this arm where you put your water into this level. And then if you are just vacuuming water, nothing else, just water, you don't need to put water in there. Okay, on the bottom here, if you look at these clips, there's 2 clips on either side. You then have a bottom tank. So now I've removed this top tank. I now have a bottom tank. This is where I put in clean water with the chemical. So clean water with this stuff here, I put it here. Clean water with this stuff. Remember, I know this machine already because I've done a video with actually Verimark on this. So clean water with the stuff. Remember, half on this particular bottle, you'll put half of these detergents into a full water here. On the replacements, the one that you buy, they are 750 mils. You will put a quarter of a cap. These detergents are what we call low foaming chemicals, meaning they are strong in killing stains, but you're not going to see bubbles, you're not going to see foam. You're not going to see that like how we see it with the dishwashing as well. Okay, so we put this back. Now remember, if I don't cover certain things, you will have to see that on the demo video. You then get these rubber knobs here. There's 4 of them. You're only gonna need 2. There's 4 of them. You're only gonna need 2 because there's only 2 open ends here. So when do you put these? You put them, you will use these when you are doing your day-to-day, meaning you're not washing, you're just doing your normal vacuuming and you're using this machine as a water filtration. You will then add these. There's 4 of these here, but there's only 2 of them that are open. So you will only add these at that time. The minute you add these 2, it means you need to add this. This can come off. This is what's gonna turn this machine into a water filtration. Pipe here is designed to transport the water from the pipe directly into the water, the dust, not the water, to transport the dust from the pipe directly into the water. So when I'm using this machine to trap the dust and I'm using the water as a filtration, I need to have this. And if I have this, it means I must have these 2. The minute I remove these, this means I'm washing. When I'm washing, I will also remove these 2 because I don't need them. Now I'm washing, okay? So these 2, you will always have them. The minute you have this, you need to have these under that splash guard. If you don't have this, you don't need these, okay? Okay, so let's put these 2 buddies back here. And that's it. Basically, that's how your machine functions. Now, hey, it's got an alignment. There we go. Even putting this back, you've got this guideline here. Put it back there. But I want to show you, there was a tube that I showed you that you must see. So now let's start here. We're going to start here. Before I put this back, this is where we're going to start. When you are washing and you're assembling this machine, you're putting this bucket back. You will notice on this bucket here that you've got this function here. If you look all around, there isn't anything, and all of a sudden when you come here, there's this intake. So when you put this machine, the extraction side, the intake of the clear bucket must be facing away from this intake. So you disalign them. You don't put them together. No. Put them away from each other. And this is what I like about this machine, is that when you're throwing away the water, you just carry that bucket. You put them away from each other. Load shedding. Put them away from each other. Why? Because what you're gonna do now is you're gonna have this solution. Let's see, okay, I'm gonna get backup power just now. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have this solution pipe here. Okay, this solution pipe is what is going to transport the water, the water with chemicals from the bottom tank all the way to the top tank. It's going to transport the water from the bottom tank all the way to the top tank. So all I need to do is just attach this here and attach it directly here, and you are done. Basically, that's your machine. You are done. Oh, my bad. There we go. My backup power is up. My bad. Remove this. Obviously, you will have this as well. You will have this as well. And when you put the head as well, the buttons will be going in line with the clear bucket intake. Why? Because below the buttons, there's another solution pipe that you're going to be needing from this. Because once you attach this here, you then need to attach the solution pipe that is now going to be taking the water out of the machine into your carpet. So you now attach it here, and you just need to align it, and you go clockwise, and voila, that's your machine. Okay, but now I just want to quickly show you, before I show you that, you now have two buttons, and you don't need to have both the buttons on. The left side button is the button that allows you and enables you to spray out the water. What it does is when you press it, it activates or it switches on the motor, that the pump that sprays out the water, and so that in a way, when you press the trigger here, when you press this trigger, what happens is water will come out. But if this button is off, the button on the left, the water is not going to come out. So you need to switch it on. So ideally, you want to switch on the pump button, spray your carpet, agitate, and then switch it off, and then turn on the on button to now extract the water. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so now that we know that, there's something important that I need to show you. I want to show you the different tools. So I need to just take this away. Now remember, the machine remains neutral, but I'm going to take out these tools, because remember I said there was tools that you need to have when you're doing your day-to-day vacuuming, and there was tools that you need to have when you're doing your washing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put back this machine and just put it away so that we can set it up. What I'm trying to achieve here is I want you to store this tool in differently, to say, if I'm just going for my ordinary vacuuming at home, these are the tools I need. I don't need these tools. And then if I'm just going for washing, I don't need these tools, I need these tools. So what we're going to do, pipe, it's very neutral, so I don't need the pipe right now. Put it away. These, they are very neutral, so I don't need them, because I can't use the machine without using those. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up these. This is called a turbo brush. I will use it for my day-to-day vacuuming, even when I'm doing wet and dry. Remember, wet and dry does not mean washing. Wet and dry means just wet and dry. But this machine can go into water filtration. So if I'm just using it for my day-to-day vacuuming, when I'm vacuuming dust and the water is trapping it, I will use this. And I will also use this. And I will also use this. And I'm going to bring this tool here, because if I want to do the car vents or I want to do just the couches, I will use that. But let's just forget about that. I will also need this for my day-to-day vacuuming. And because I need that, this means I need these two as well. Remember I said they go under the red splash guard. These are the tools I need for my day-to-day vacuuming, for my ordinary vacuuming, if I'm vacuuming. If I'm using these tools, it means on the clear tank, I'm going to put water, because whatever dirty dust I vacuum, it's going to go into that water. I cannot use the machine without the water. Okay, and then if I look at on this side, these are the tools I need for when I'm washing. This is where I'm going to be throwing water into the carpet and extracting. This is where I'm going to be removing stains, washing them. This is where I'm going to need these tools. I'm going to need this tool. I'm going to need this tool. I'm going to need this tool. I need these. I'm going to need this tool, because when I'm washing, I'm putting detergents. This is also very neutral. It can go either or. And then I'm going to need this tool. Very simple. That's all you need. I'm going to be doing a normal regular vacuuming that I do every day, just to vacuum and extract dust, and it's going to go into the water and I'll throw it away. And here, I don't need these. If I'm using these, I don't need these. I'm not going to be putting water as a filtration. I'm just gonna, this means on the bottom gray tank there's gonna be water and chemicals, and on the top tank there's gonna be nothing. I'm gonna start throwing water into the spraying water, and I'm gonna extract that water, and it's gonna go to the top tank. I'm not filtering dust, I'm washing stains. That is why I need these. These are for washing stains. These are for trapping and filtering dust and vacuuming dust. Dust stains, dust stains. For regular dust, this is what I need. For regular stains, and I'm washing stains, this is what I need. So if you've got a helper at home, or just for yourself, this is how I do store mine away at home. Is I put this in a different, just a brown box, because they are for each of its own day. And I have this one here in a different brown box as well. Just small, nice box, because it helps even if there's someone helping me at home. If they're washing, I just tell them to use this box, and I actually write on the box, for washing, for ordinary vacuuming. That's all you need. Now let's talk about this machine. This machine has 3 years quality guarantees. That's actually a peace of mind. So for a 1800 watts motor, 22 kilopascal suction power, that's very strong. And the salesman actually told me it can actually extract, it will leave the surfaces 96% dry. Okay, you've got that. You've got 6 stages of filtration. So if you've got allergies, sinuses, hay fever, this is your machine, especially for vacuuming dust. It traps that dust, that's including water filtration. It's got an extraction tool. It's got 2 tanks. Remember, for a vacuum cleaner to be called a vacuum cleaner, or a washer, or a deep cleaner, or an extractor, it has to have 2 tanks. 1 tank for clean water, 1 tank for dirty water. Okay, if I didn't cover anything, remember, go on the search and search Hydrovac Extreme demo, Hydrovac Extreme 2 demo. This is where I show you how does this machine works. Other than that, that's your machine for today. You have a blessed day and have a oi.